Everybody is kung fu fighting. Your mind becomes fast as lightning. Although the picture is a little bit frightening, but the night is your riding.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to J Cloud's Anime Talk, and back with another My Hero Academia episode review. And about time we get an actual one-on-one fight between Deku and Bakugou.
Finally!
And I won't lie, but this is one of the better episodes that we had this season. I won't say it's the best, but it's definitely high on my list. And one thing I'm glad about this episode is that they did touch up on some things. They explained the reason why Bakugou wanted to fight Deku. And it just wasn't to show Bakugou was better than Deku, but it was deeper than that. You know, not even about who won or lost the fight, but it was about the pain that Bakugou kept inside ever since the villains had kidnapped him. And that same day, All Might was exposed, lost his powers, and Bakugou blames it on himself. He thinks it's his fault. And how weak he felt in that moment. He thinks that he could have done more, but he couldn't. And also putting that anger towards Deku as well, because Bakugou realized Deku is the chosen one for All Might. He's the one that All Might picked to pass down one for all later down the line in generations and generations to come. Which only builds up more anger for Bakugou, because the way him and Deku grew up together, you know, being inspired by All Might, and all of a sudden the one who had no quirk at all is growing up being the next All Might. And we find out Deku is more closer and more attached to Bakugou than All Might. Like, we already know who inspired Deku to become a hero, but his reason to become more stronger is through Bakugou. And this is one of those episodes that did a way better job on this part of the story than the manga. Like, I'm gonna get 40 or 35 chapters behind of what's currently going on, but when I read the manga of this episode, you know, the anime version of this fight was 10 times better than what it did in the manga. The manga only had a few panels of like punches, kicks, and stuff like that, but it felt so dry. The anime version of this was 10 times better. And the good thing about it, Deku didn't cry this episode.
It's a celebration.
You know, nothing but huge character development that I liked about this episode. And now the secret between Deku and All Might is now a part of Bakugou, and they have to hold this secret together now. And it brings the bond between Deku and Bakugou even closer now. They have more respect for each other by holding this secret together. And it makes this rivalry more healthy instead of just hate for one another. Now, my thing is, I do think this is good character development, but I'm also worried about later down the line the future of this series, because I don't want this series to turn out like Boruto, where the characters are just like clone characters of the top heroes, because Bakugou does put me in the mind of Endeavor, and Deku is kind of like All Might. Because the way this series is set up, we already know it's going to be a time skip, maybe in the next 2 seasons or 3. And this episode kind of destroyed the theory of Bakugou ever becoming villain, just a little bit. Like, I do think so later down the line, but man, it's kind of hard to argue after this episode. So if he does become a hero, just like Deku later down the line, it will be that Endeavor and All Might comparison a lot. But I do like the little humor they added at the end where Eraserhead was giving Deku and Bakugou punishment, which is rightly deserved. But the end credits, you see the respect that's gained from Bakugou and Deku when he asks about his shoot style. And Bakugou gives some tips on how to use it more efficiently. And that's just to show the character development that Bakugou had after that fight. And I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with his character later down in the series. And this is one of those episodes that was good from start to finish, so the rating I'll give it a 9. But I already know some fanboy out there that's going to hear this and be like,
well, if the episode was good from start to finish, then why'd you give it a 9? It should be a 10.
Fanboys, not everything is perfect. But to end it here, thank you guys for watching, and if you like this review, make sure to leave a like. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. I'm J Cloud, I'm out. League or nothing.